Janice. Hey, yeah. Um, Pesto. So I don't make pesto often, but I do love pesto.
This is the place to dig, plant, and rest. Shelley's Homestead Hideaway.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Shelley's Homestead Hideaway. Today I am taking you along with me as I actually make a small batch of pesto along with my good friend Janice from This is Bliss RV and Gardening. So you will see a collaborative video that is posted on her channel, but this particular video is going to be short and sweet, and it's just going to be me making my batch of pesto. Okay, so make sure you are following Janice at This is Bliss RV and Gardening and follow along with us. So I've already been heating this pan here for the pine nuts that I am going to roast. I'm just going to roast them quickly in a dry pan. No oils are going to be added to this. I'm going to grab my little spatula here so that I can make sure I keep these moving as they toast. Okay, pine nuts. This is a half cup. I took it off. This is a half a cup package, and I'm going to be using that along with fresh basil. Now I have a batch of sweet basil that I purchased, and I'm going to be harvesting from this. And then I'm actually going to plant out the rest of the basil. Now the other items that are going to be needed for this pesto, I have 1 clove. This came from a clove of garlic that I actually harvested this year. Of course, we're going to have the basil. We're going to have some black pepper. I'm looking for what knife I want to use to slice up this this garlic really quick. You got to keep stirring these pine nuts so they don't burn. But I'm going to stand right here and chop up this garlic a little bit before I add it to the chopper along with all the other ingredients. Now, what am I going to make with the pesto? I have some zucchini that I harvested out of the garden, and I'm going to make some pesto zucchini. These are toasting up really quickly. I have never made pesto and toasted pine nuts. I've made pesto once before, and I didn't toast the pine nuts when I did it. I'm going to be adding them to this container. This chopper here, it's a Hamilton Beach. I don't know if you guys can see that there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Get the chopper ready. Well, I guess what I can be doing also is go ahead and harvesting some of these basil leaves. I need about 2.5 cups of leaves to make this pesto. Smells so good. All right. I think there's a fine line between toasting and burning. So we're gonna get those turned off, and I'm gonna go ahead and add them and get them out of this pan. Add them to the chopper. So I've got the pine nuts in there. I'm just gonna let them sit, let them cool off a little bit, and I'm going to add the garlic to it. Now, I don't know if it should be 2.5 cups of tightly packed basil. I'm going to go with moderate. Some of these I might be picking a little too much, but I will be planting what's left. Got a measuring cup here. Let's see how much we have. So there's a cup. So I'm definitely going to pull some more. So I make sure I have enough. And I think I have enough here. All right, so let me make some space. Just wasn't pushing down hard enough. Smells good. I probably should have did this first so that these leaves were completely dry. But I'm going to go ahead and rinse these off. And in fact, I'm going to rinse them. I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll come back and finish making the pesto. All right, so I am back. I have the pesto that I have rinsed off. I have my other ingredients here. So I've got the pesto. I've got some black pepper, extra virgin olive oil. I do not have a fresh lemon, so I'm going to use some lemon juice. And then finally, we've got some Parmesan cheese. Okay, so we're picking up, we have already pulsed and blended the pine nuts with the garlic. Okay, so this calls for 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. I think it said 2 tablespoons. Maybe it said 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons it said. All right, so we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm gonna add that in here. It's 1 and 2. And pepper. I'm not sure if that was, I'm gonna go with, I just check the recipe, just to double check. I actually prefer to do, quarter cup basil. Where's the pepper at? Oh, it just says freshly ground black pepper, so I guess it's to taste. So I'm just gonna do a small amount of black pepper. This is a half a teaspoon measuring, but I'm only doing a portion of the black pepper. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that in here. Kosher salt. Pull this out. Kosher salt, kosher salt. I feel like I have kosher salt in here. Oh. So it pays to have a nicely stocked pantry with staple items. So I've got kosher salt here. And I am going to do, try this pepper off of here. This is coarse ground, so I'm going to do less than a half a teaspoon. Less than a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, coarse ground. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add the basil in here. And the recipe actually calls for quarter cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So let me measure that out. Right to the edge. I'm going to go ahead and put a little in here to get this started. This is coming along nicely, but get everything down there to the bottom good. Let's go ahead and add the rest of this oil. Looking at this pesto, I personally feel like it needs more basil in it. It's not green enough to me. So I am going to go ahead and add some extra. Trying to get this lined up right. Extra basil. All right, I'm going to add that extra basil in there. Looking pretty good, but it is still on the light side. I feel like it probably should have more basil. Maybe I should try tasting it first. Because by the time I add in the Parmesan, it's going to be even lighter. I feel like the pesto should be dark in color. We're going to add some more to it. All right. One of the beautiful things about pesto is set on the amount of the ingredients that you use. You can really do it to your taste. You can make it as loose or runny as you would like, or you can have it nice and thick. And so I'm now putting together a 1/4 cup of, actually this is a 1/2 cup. I don't think I'm supposed to, it's only supposed to be a 1/4 cup of cheese. Do half of this, 1/2 cup. I'll go ahead and add that in there. Let's taste it. That's gonna be good. I'm trying to decide if I should add some more oil to it. That Parmesan cheese is very rich. So let me show y'all. Boom. Lovely pesto. I'm going to use it, as I said, to season up the zucchini. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and store this pesto. I made a good amount in this container. Repurposing. Not to waste any of it. All right. I will post a picture of the basil zucchini once I make it.